Hi guys and welcome to another FIFA 22 information video, and today guys I'm going to be giving you 5 things that we learned from EA's official gameplay reveal live stream a little bit earlier on today. I did watch it myself. It was like, what, 40 or 50 minutes long. A lot of talking, a little bit here and there of actual gameplay that they showed themselves. I would like to have seen a little bit more, but on the whole, we've been able to gather quite a bit of information. 5 key things in particular, just to kind of save you guys from watching like the whole live stream as well, because there is quite a bit of waffling at the same time. It just wouldn't be EA, I suppose, about all the waffle that they like to put in here and there. But I think it's now available to watch as a video as well on EA's YouTube channel. But also for today's video, there'll just be some random FIFA 21 gameplay in the background. Apologies for the kind of lower quality of the video, but it is because I can't really record in a higher like frame rate or quality than what you're basically seeing here for gameplay anyway. At least I can record higher for menu stuff. But yeah, 5 things that we saw from that live stream that caught my interest, will probably catch you guys' interest as well. We have heard snippets here and there from both EA confirming it themselves through Twitter, and then also through people finding being able to leak stuff also on Twitter about EA officially confirming it themselves. But these are 5 things that we had no real clue about until EA revealed it today. So I'll go through them right now. And one of the things that I want to talk about is that goalkeepers are being completely rewrited for FIFA 22. This is something that hasn't happened for quite a while now in FIFA, and it isn't just goalkeepers getting rewrited in Ultimate Team, it's across all game modes, whether it be Pro Clubs, Career Modes, Online Seasons, and then obviously Ultimate Team as well. They're going to be getting completely reprogrammed, having new animations, as well as outfield players having new animations for loads of different things. Goalkeepers will be getting completely new animations. There are little videos you can watch online of like how the new animations will work, but basically they're getting completely rewrited, and they need to be, because they are a disaster at the moment in terms of how they set up. So that is very promising, because that's something that they haven't done for quite a while now. Another thing that they did announce was as well, there's going to be 400 plus, over 400 new animations for outfield players just for ball control. There'll be even more animations for that, just on other things, but just for ball control in general, over 400 new animations. And there's little things that you can watch online as well, little small videos that EA have kind of like, or people are condensed down that you can kind of watch as well. I don't know if I'd be able to show them in this video, because I don't know if it would risk me potentially getting copyrighted or whatever from showing some of EA's stuff on YouTube. It's fine to share it on Twitter, like videos from EA, but I wouldn't want to put it into a video just in case I get that copyright. I've already got 1 copyright strike out of 3 on the channel. I don't really want another one. But yeah, so that's going to be another one of the features as well. So goalkeepers getting rewrited, hundreds of new animations getting added to outfield players and also to goalkeepers as well at the same time. New custom tactics. Now, we obviously have seen custom tactics become more of a further thing that I've, from I think it was FIFA 19 the first year that we saw custom tactics come in, and it's continued to develop year on year and year, and it will develop once again in FIFA 22. Stuff like chance creation, so how you want to kind of, maybe have it as balanced, defensive, attacking for your chance creation. You can kind of change how many players you want in the box in certain scenarios. Again, there are stuff available online which goes into a little bit more detail, so you guys can like clearly see that a little bit more. But there are new additions and new custom tactics to FIFA 22, which is always exciting. For me myself, custom tactics don't really appeal to me personally. I know that a lot of people really like to go kind of in depth with it, and at the end of the day, I just go out with balanced and default tactics and just hope to the best that I can win. And usually, I win 50-50 usually. Another thing that they announced was players can actually now communicate in-game. And now, obviously, if you're sitting there and you're playing on the game, you can communicate with the other person you're playing against. I don't mean it in that sense. You're going to be able to hear the players in-game. So, if you're using a team with like Thiago Silva and Aspilicueta in the 2 centre-back roles, you're going to be able to hear them talking to each other. Now, I don't know if this is something you'll be able to turn off. I don't know if it's just a thing that's going to be in career modes. It could be, if anything, like an annoying feature. I don't think you'd actually hear them talking necessarily during the actual gameplay. Maybe one just kind of cuts to cutscenes for like maybe a corner being taken, a penalty. So for example, maybe if Thiago Silva gets a red card, you're able to hear him talking to the referee and complaining, saying that's not a red card, what are you doing, ref? Stuff like that. But basically we're going to be able to hear stuff like that, so more dialogue put in for a lot of the players, which is a nice small addition, I suppose, that we didn't really know about too much. Another thing, the 5th thing, explosive sprints. This really caught my interest, and this is going to be the meta thing in FIFA 22 for any game mode, basically. Explosive sprints is really going to benefit what is already the quickest players in this game. So people like, Kyle Walker from a defensive standpoint, Raheem Sterling for midfield, Kylian Mbappe for the attack. they're going to be so key in this game. And already in this game, you know, Kylian Mbappe is still one of the best players. He could be unreal in FIFA 22 because explosive sprints is something that, remember, like, you know, timing, like, you remember timed finishing when that came in? I think it was in FIFA 20, and they kind of changed it about as the year went on. Well, explosive sprints is going to be something kind of like that, which is by performing certain things and by getting the timing right, players are just going to have this explosive, like, burst of pace just to get past, you know, opposition players and stuff like that, or to catch up to opposition players if you're doing it from like a defensive standpoint. They need to go into it a little bit more because they didn't clarify too much on that, but explosive sprints, keep your eyes out for that because that is going to be the meta feature. Back in years gone by, we've seen, you know, meta features be from, like, you know, set plays, from corners and stuff like that. You know, back in FIFA 14, set plays, in particular corners and scoring goals from corners, certainly headers, was so overpowered. We've seen finesse shots being overpowered trait. We've seen the low-driven shots in years being overpowered traits. I think explosive sprints could be certainly one of those. And obviously, EA are going to, you know, certainly change the mechanics on what is meta and what isn't meta through various updates as the game cycle goes on, as we get nearer to the game cycle. And we won't really be able to kind of truly understand this for ourselves until people get access to the beta, which is going to be in about 2 to 3 weeks time, more likely 3 weeks time from now. We'll be playing the beta, or certainly getting the invitation codes to it. So we're not going to know too much more to them, but I think that was something that really caught my interest. I just hope that it doesn't, you know, they have put a lot, you know, all this hypermotion technology. It has me excited, and you know, explosive sprint's going to be like a feature kind of tied in with that. I just hope they get it right and that it's not like too unbalanced. I hope that they make players that aren't necessarily like quick, but are more like target type of, like, you know, strikers or slower defenders, but they've got amazing defensive stats, like, you know, a Bonucci or a Giglini. I hope those cards are still usable, and I'm not hoping it's going to be a case of, yeah, you just need pace in your team for this, you know, to be good in this game. I'm hoping it's not going to be about that, but we'll have to wait and see. But there were 5 major things that were announced in the gameplay reveal a little bit earlier on today from EA. Let me guys know what you thought of this as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing what more stuff EA are going to release in the coming days and weeks. But anyway, guys, that will finish off this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.